toy friends, welcome back. I'm
Yeah,
Will. That's
I'm
this
Bob.
guy's Bob. And you guys are you. Um, and we're the 1A team. So we got a lot to cover today. So today's talk, yes, last week we were talking, and I think I was trying to show you guys some stuff on Colts 3D, some of the cool 3D models and things like that.
Mhm.
Um, anyway, the site wasn't working. It was like frozen. Nothing was loading up. So I figured let's do a little showcase. Let's just some of my favorite 3D designers out there and creators, and I'll try to include links to all of these people where I can. But I just want to show you some of the amazing stuff people are coming up with, and a lot of it is
Gorgeous.
absolutely free. So if you've been on the fence about 3D printing or getting a 3D printer, the dollars, it really makes sense, to try
Mm.
this out. And it's easier now than it ever has been before. So while I have no, direct recommendations on what machine to buy and how to do it and all that stuff, there's other guys that do that better. Let me just show you some like cool freaking toys you can make. And
Well,
these
before
are
we get to
particularly 1/18 scale things. But I will let you know if you have a favorite 1/12 scale designer, 1/6 scale designer, 1/64 scale designer, 28 millimeter tabletop designer. A lot of those models can be scaled to your favorite scale. So don't worry
like
about
real
that.
life Photoshop.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
before we get too deep
yeah,
into
yeah,
this,
yeah.
do we want to say hey to the chat?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech lover, what's
Hey,
happening, brother? Mana mana. It's
Ian,
Ian. Do. It's Scotty.
Gotti. Hey,
How's it
hey,
going, buddy? And Roll Keeper in the house. What's up?
hey, what's up?
We've got Joe Ricondo. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, and
Snow
thank you
Leopard
again
Night.
for the Zolocon
Oh
figures.
yeah, thank you. Joe is the man. He killed it at
Hmm.
Zolicon, and he came through with those things. Snow Leopard, how's it going?
Hey,
Jeff Morris, what's happening?
what up?
Uh,
Do that.
any of these 3D designers make Glios
Mm,
figures? I'm sure if I do a search for Glios like compatible, I bet you I'll find some stuff.
mm.
Ducati, what's up, my
Hey,
brother? Good Sunday to you all from Task
that's
Force Figures and
for
Games. And Joe with very important announcement. Don't forget to hit the like
that's
button.
great.
Do it. And then, yeah, sure. And then everyone jump into the regular comments and tell me about your week. Just, share recipes for stuff with a lot of ingredients. All of it's engagement and it all helps the channel. So if you want to just cut and paste Wikipedia articles in there, no, don't do that. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Cookie
Um,
recipes are also appreciated. So,
yeah, but I was told there'd be no math. Math equals
there's only as
mental
much
abuse
math
to
as you want.
humans. Hello,
Hey, Starboy.
Scotty had a weak week. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Hopefully things are turning around and you're having a good time. So yeah, without further ado, because we've got so much, and so a lot of this is like a broad overview. And if you want to like dial in and look at something, let me know. I've got the webpage pulled up and we could search for the items because the first thing we're going to be talking about, and some of these thumbnails you've picked here, or that little thumbnails I picked for the thumbnail are free items from Colts 3D. A lot of these
Ooh,
are. Some of them
I
you have
like
to pay a
free.
couple bucks for, but we're gonna go free first. Um, ooh, been six. Oh, geez, yeah.
Mm.
I was sick a couple weeks ago, man. I hated it. Uh, oh man. And Ian,
He
yeah, those
doesn't
are
know.
just so much fun. I'm sure I got to check out, get caught up on Instagram. I'm sure you got some really nice photos. Um, guys, Rise of Nexus was the O-ring Kickstarter we covered a while
Mhm.
back. Well, they're coming back. They're going to do a smaller campaign next time. But in the meantime, if you are interested in what they're doing, their tabletop game and their O-ring figures, um, join their founders thing. You just go to the
Mhm.
riseofnexus.com, you put in your email address, and you become a founder. And you get a free Wolfpack STL. That's right. You get Wolfpack, the troop builder. So also, as he's releasing these now as digital files and retiring them from the line, so they will not be made. So you've got Wolfpack, Night Owl, and I think Sleepwalker. all available right now. But you do get the Wolfpack free STL download, and a Founders Access Psycho free digital card download. The O-rings are going to be using the buck from eBerry Studios. So that's this buck, which this is a rivetless buck design. I have him right here. You could see.
Let's make it big. There we go.
That was the rivetless buck design. This is just the generic blank figure.
Now, is that a screw hole in his back?
He has a backpack peg hole, but not a screw hole.
No, it's screw.
No. So these snap fit together.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I wish I had made this bigger, but you could also find the Quantum Veil. Jeez. Oh, the where is it? I'm gonna pull it up here. Yeah, the Quantum Veil Operatives over on eBerry Studios. Sorry, I just messed up on these slides, so we're just zip past them. That's all right. So I was gonna bring that up while we're here. You got the store. Anyway, they're working on the Quantum Veil Operatives is like interdimensional. It's a really cool thing. There's a free comic. I'm not doing a good job here. So eBerry. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Can you see it now? The Quantum Veil Operatives are it's a completely new IP. So they kind of yeah. So the mission,
a little sci-fi going on there.
Yeah, they got sci-fi, a little bit of magic. It's witness the operatives go head to head against regenerating Veil monsters and battle direct. Retro futuristic art, secret catalog, flip to the back for a dose of pure nostalgia. Yeah, they got some really cool stuff. Anyway, free comic, go check it out. Over on I will send you a link. But anyway, he is working on a kind of O-ring buck, like a future O-ring buck, and putting it out there where, it's rivetless arms. So it's kind of like an O-ring design with snap fit kind of model kit articulation there.
Interesting.
Yeah,
but it still has. Now, does it use the rubber O-ring or does it?
Yeah, it uses a rubber O-ring, which gives it that kind of same kind of waist and yeah. Because I don't think it's necessary, but it's like kind of a cross between like an O-ring and modern articulation. Very interesting. Very cool. But yeah, you can go check that out. So let me go ahead and stop sharing that. I messed up all those slides, but pretty soon I'm going to get to some good stuff. But before we get to that, because as I was on Colts 3D, something occurred to me that and I wanted to show you this.
See it?
Where is it? Here.
Yep.
Let me go over
Me
here.
too, Ian.
All right, I gotta go to my profile. Here it is. All right. Now I'm ready to share it. So, you see what we're looking at here? Okay, that's Go Figure, right?
Yeah. That's
Adam from Go Figure, right? You know him.
yeah,
Here's
yeah.
his YouTube channel, right? Adam does some
Mhm.
really wonderful videos. But what a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know, and I don't think he really promotes it too well or too often. So what he takes old figures. He does vehicles as well, and what he'll do is design and create 3D printed enhancement for them. And sometimes they're not the exact duplicate of the original part, and most times they are very close. But I love watching his channel. He does some really nice stuff. Um, Most recently, he just did some Avengers figures from the
Mhm.
Toy Biz era. But he did a Y Wing restoration, a Y Wing fighter from there. But
Okay.
he also then takes a lot of his the model parts and he posts them on
Mhm.
Colts 3D. So if you want to fix up
Oh,
a vehicle or a figure, so did you know that? No, probably
I
not,
did
right?
not. No.
So yeah. So here's some so here are all the Y-wing parts. Very
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah. And some of the things he does are actually not only just that. So he did a Ghostbusters firehouse restoration. Some of the superpowers figures, he made accessories for them. Here you can see the Karate Commandos, Crystar, Alien Face
Oh,
Huggers.
Christopher.
But my favorite thing that he did was this right here, the Clash of the Titans Temple playset.
Oh,
Look at that. And
very
so you see
nice.
the Clash of the Titans figures there. He did do a restoration, and he created a Bebo and swords and tails and all the little accessories for the characters, right? But
Mhm.
yeah, he also did this really nice display playset there. Super cool, right? And I can show you a little better picture there. That's awesome, right? So
Yes,
definitely,
yeah.
yeah, got a link for his channel here. If you're not subscribed, go check him out. And well, I just messed up. All right, I pasted it when I should have copied. I was going to put it in there.
Don't
Um,
hate it
so
when I
go
do that.
for yeah. I don't know how to get out of this now. Okay.
It's a little fire.
Yeah, I was going to put a link
Piece
there.
you can
So
set
anyway, if
that.
there's any pieces that you were looking for, you can go and get those. And like I said, it goes. There's Star Wars accessories here. We've got just all kinds of Brave Star.
It's
The
like
Brave Star stuff he did was fantastic. That was a lot of fun. Um, Here are some Palatoy Action Force figure stands. Those are nice. Some Mego Planets of the Apes guys.
some
Um,
Voltron.
yeah, the Voltron keys. You got the Panache Place keys. That's really fun. Um, Actually, I need to pick those up. I need those keys. Lots of cool stuff.
your
Anywho,
your lion sitting in the garage with no key.
yeah, he's just sitting in the garage. I got no key for him. But yeah, tons of great stuff. I did want to cover him before we proceeded here. So, um, anyway, you go on Colts 3D, you type in 3.75-inch action figures, and you're going to be met with probably 10 pages of vehicles, accessories, action figures, and play sets all for free. There's a little tab on the top and you just hit free. All these models we're just going to glance over them. If there's anything you really, really want to see, I'm happy to just switch over tabs and we could pull it up and take a closer look. But as you see here on the first page, you've got a Naboo N1 Starfighter, some really useful, just 3D printed barrels there. A TIE fighter, a fan made TIE fighter variation.
Mm-hmm.
Last
Now
of Us action figures there. This really cool looking kind of hover drone car.
mhm.
The Rebel Alliance war room map room thing from Star Wars, right?
Yeah, That could be handy in all sorts of settings.
Yeah, some absolutely killer looking ship down there on the thing. Some really cool figures.
So now the last one on the second row, is that a playset?
That looks like it. Yeah, 3D STLs. Yeah. It could
Nice.
be it could be parts like the stairs and the things to it. It could be a mod.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times what people will do too. So maybe a guy will have a store on there and he does sell parts, but he'll have like some freebies, like a couple free models, and then if you like his
Mm-hmm.
stuff, you could buy more. So this one might be like
Yeah.
the stairs are free and then you have to pay for the rest. I didn't click through on everything here. It's real easy to
Well,
get
it's like,
bogged down
oh, I bet. Yeah,
and
but
just
like any
start
good addiction, the first one's always
yeah,
free.
hoarding. Like I'll just click and like I have downloaded like gig, just gigs and gigs and gigs of files, and I've printed probably like 1% of them. Yes, 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 yes. The problem with
Mm,
printing action figures is when you have to paint them, especially eyes. Ooh, yeah, it's tough.
yeah.
And I will say that a lot of times you'll see an action figure and the person had it painted professionally or it's a 3D render. So then your result may vary. yeah.
I like
Uh,
that console up there on the
yeah, that
top
little
row.
console's great. 100% free. That's just fun, right?
Nice.
Um, little catwalks, map
Mm-hmm.
rooms. This is just like a generic door you could put on any project. It's like just an armored door. Um, blasters, things of that effect. Here's a little drill
We're
press,
nice
like
little consoles.
machine shop tools, coffee
Yeah.
maker. There's a mailbox. I mean, just really great stuff. Ian's got it right there. Just make Mandalorians. You don't have to paint the
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah, that's a problem for me. And he really is
Well, I
studying
like
it.
these two little retro sci-fi
Yeah, this
consoles here on the
retro
bottom row.
rascals guy does a lot of stuff too. And you know what? Why don't we take a look at his little page there? Anyway, it's not all free, but there's a lot of them. And then you'll see that there's some that are open priced, so you just pay what you want. But anyway, this is just
That's almost free.
fun. Not everyone knows about all these. Not everyone goes on there and So you were looking at this one here, the tactical command computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a free, just like a little. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this guy
Nice.
too and like his design. Give him a like and a follow.
Mm.
Anyway, that's probably real easy to print up.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
depending on the
simple. It's got
size, you could probably do
he
two
does
or
a
three of
lot
them at a
of
time.
yeah, a lot of little figures too. Robot Monster. I don't know if these are 3.75. I've never seen this guy before, so
Well, robots, they can
yeah,
take scale.
he's a little cute robot monster guy with a.
Mhm.
Oh, this is from a 1953 sci-fi movie, Robot Monster. And they are
Happily made.
3-inch figures, so they're a little small.
Robots don't have to be
Yeah.
full size thing.
So yeah, that's a 3-inch scale. Yeah. Oh man, Joe, just go on YouTube, man. There's so many great channels that explain everything. It's so much easier. Um, oh yeah, if you love painting figures and you love if you like making stuff, yeah. Bamboo Labs P1S. It's plug and play and it's like multicolor too. So sometimes you don't even have to paint.
Oh.
Maybe on the 1/18 scale. I don't know how well it does those. I haven't really seen people do them, but yeah, you get like resin like results for very cheap. But once again, just a variety of stuff. Some guy made a transforming chair that turns into a robot. There's a Mega Man O-ring figure. There is a crossover, Vivid Motion Creations. I've covered them on the channel before, where an Ewok and Friday the 13th. That was a free file he put out for Halloween 1 year. But it is a murder bear murderer. A lot of fun. And
Like some upgrade
anyone
parts.
looking at the Mega Man going, hey, he looks a little weird, right? Someone else remixed it. So you can find a remix, a Mega Man, and he remixed the limbs to
Oh,
make them more Mega Man like for that same model. So
well, there you go.
he took what the original person did, remixed the model, and re-uploaded it. So it's a little community kind of collaboration there.
Cool.
Very cool stuff. So just yeah, I mean, there's a barrel filled with swords in this case, but you could put just about anything you want in there. Weight set, roll top desk. I think there's propane cans, a Jedi meditation stone, O-ring waists, and yeah, just hey, it's free stuff. So you know, I
Mm-hmm.
know if I look at a design and it's not great, yeah, I just move on usually. If and sometimes you can find like just slop, like some person like puts a model together, but they've never actually tested or printed it. They just upload models because they just like to kind of like doodle. So you can
Mm.
download something that's completely broken. It doesn't work right. So you know, free is free. So
Yeah.
unless someone's charging for it, there's really, you know, nothing to say other than, you know, this thing don't work. And then in some cases, some people will remix it and make it work. Here is that Ty Raider, the
Oh,
Star Wars
yeah.
fan creation. Um, I'm gonna try and print this. I'd really like to see this
Oh,
thing in action. Yeah, it's
it
kind of
looks
cool.
neat. Yeah, very kind of different than.
Yeah. This is one. And then for action figures, you know, this guy, this picture box generic action figure using PLA and TPU parts. PLA and TPU are two different types of filament material that have different properties. Um, where the TPU I think is a little more flexible, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hey, Gratch.
Crash, how are you, buddy? How's it going? So yeah, this was just uploaded, and
Hmm.
he offers this in many scales, and you know, this one was specifically designed. So I'm really curious about this one because it was specifically designed to use PLA and TPU parts. So I'd like to try that. Most of the action figures are optimized for resin printing, whereas a lot of the vehicles and play sets are probably, you know, you could do either one. It would just take you a lot longer. You know, resin printers tend to be smaller. Um, they have a smaller surface, and you know, and resin's a lot more expensive. So, you know, for vehicles or play sets or
So,
dio pieces like these crates,
I know
you
the just popping back to the PLA TPU. Are those filaments or?
yeah, TPU is a filament. It's
Oh, okay.
a flexible filament. So
Oh, okay.
when it's done, it remains. People make like shoes out of them. You can make like sneakers out of them, or like tires for a vehicle or something. So yeah, it's a
And
little
then,
trickier to print with. It requires, I think, an enclosure which allows it to the temperature to remain like at a steady, you know, while it's curing and everything.
oh,
Um,
okay.
it's real complicated, but like PLA is just like the basic overall use. You could use it anywhere, and you could use it. It just works, you know. It's like
Mm.
it's real forgiving. Where some of these more specialized materials have enhanced properties, but require a little more fine tuning and environmental control to use properly. And I would imagine the TPU parts are for the joints, maybe where they give a little, so they're not going to break. They're
So
not
snap.
too
Yeah.
flexible. Yeah, I I'm really curious. Like I said, I saw this on Instagram and I found it because this file was just released on the 10th. So I'm really curious to checking that out because as you're going to see, like the oh, and just so many Star Wars buildings. If you guys are a fan of Star
Nice.
Wars, man, like, geez, just so many. Look at them.
Mhm.
Like,
I think we got a
just
couple of Star Wars fans
yeah,
in the chat here,
there's
Lou.
so many. I mean, there's you know, there's even one I printed, and it's just. I think that was actually a tabletop one I just upscaled. You know, I was neat because it had
I
no
like it.
door, so it was just easy to print up.
Yeah.
Here's a stub fighter spaceship for Star Wars figures. It's just a stubby little fighter. I think I'll check him out. Maybe, I don't know. Lots of cool
Maybe
things.
some weapons and
Yeah,
helmet.
weapons, helmets. There's like a flight helmet crate.
Neat.
Print supports are, yeah. And then I found this guy, Mouse Droid Hujib, and there's just so many cool things. I had to print some of this stuff up. So if you see on this page, these look like all original droids. I don't know if these have a place, but I printed one up. He's so much fun. Let me drop that down. But yeah, there's that droid. He's like a cross between an
Neat.
astromech and what was his name from like Buck Rogers?
Oh, Twiggy.
Twiggy, yeah. Bitty bitty bitty. Look at that. Okay, Buck. Right? Isn't that the guy? Yeah, Twiggy.
Huh? Yeah.
Anyway, cool little. Can you see him? Yeah, cool little
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
He came out pretty good on my filament printer too. I can't believe this antenna came out.
Oh yeah, that's
It's so
tiny.
wild, right? Isn't that funny? Anyway, I got some close-up pictures of him. I'll share in a couple slides here, and then there's one other thing. I just because I wanted to just print something. I like this guy. Right before the show, this finished printing. So let's just take a look here and see how it came out. Ugh.
It's like those baking shows. We pre-baked this beforehand.
Yeah. So here we are. We've got some. That's that little ship that you saw on the. Let me see if I can bring it up there.
Neat.
There it is, right there. Yeah, and there are some supports to remove. So I gotta play with some of these adjustments because I did this when I first got my 3D printer. Fun story about 3D prints. I printed up an ED209 from RoboCop.
Mhm.
And the guy was like literally fused. I just used like the default print settings and support settings.
Right.
It took me like an hour to get the guy out of there. He was in there. It was in there, but it was so encased in like supports, like whatever the default pattern just went so so overboard that it was like encased in there and I couldn't get it out. And I'm kind of feeling like this thing might be all right. We'll get back to that later. But yeah, removing supports is a pain in the butt. So basically, if there's a floating edge, the printer has to create support material for it to print. So like on this little spaceship here, see here, like this little where the figure goes in, that's support material. It generates basically just throwaway material that you have to then take your little clippers and cut off, or if you just nowadays, if you have like a Bamboo Labs printer with like multi filaments, there's some really nice tricks. Like you could use one material that doesn't adhere to the other material. Like you could use like I think it's PETG and like PLA. So you could use like PETG for the filament, like for the is the support material, which will allow then the PLA to print on top of it, but they won't fuse together. So then when it comes to taking them off, it's like just absolutely, effortless, so yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. There's some really nice innovations with this thing. Anyway, this ship has got this stuff's sharp too, man. If anyone who has a 3D printer, you could cut yourself. But anyway, kind of neat.
Oh, don't be a cutter.
Yeah, you could put a little action figure in there. It's a little one-person starship, printed up, absolutely free.
Nice,
fun for the whole family. Love it, right?
No,
there's a windshield that I have to print for it too that I forgot. There was a separate file. I'm just trying to get the.
Starboy's here saying he's to the point where he only prints doors.
Yeah, right. Well, I would say too, for like stuff that Starboy does, you're doing like big buildings, like larger stuff. Yeah, you could I think you could use like a foam or sheet material or something like that for all the walls. There's no need to print walls, like if you could
Oh
just
yeah,
use,
yeah.
yeah, you could use cardboard, you could use anything. Anyway, want my guy to fly this thing. There we go. All right, I got him in there.
Hey,
Sort of. There's still
let's
some
blow you up
support
here.
material, but
Mm,
yeah, it's a little speeder. That's fun.
cool.
It's all one piece, so it was easy to do. And that
Mhm.
droid, gotta love them. I love the droids. Um, but then you can pay for some stuff. Here's some Jabba's Palace, much needed if you got your Cantina playset or your Jabba's Palace playset going.
Yeah.
You got your little torture rack. You've got what's his name, Snoot Noodles or whatever. with the
Oh, Max Rebo on the
Max
keyboard
Rebo
there.
and his Goober band, right? You got that little keyboard there. You got the torture rack, which is always fun. Um, yeah, you can just make walls. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
that's easy to do. And then you could print size noodles. That's his name, size noodles. I don't know what I called them. I suck. More alternative droids are always welcome. Yeah, and there's just a
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then these are ones that you have to pay for. But I mean, 1378 for all the models. If you're doing something, you can't beat it.
Oh yeah.
Designing
Plus
stuff's
these
not
make great
exactly
dial pieces. Yeah.
yeah, it's not exactly easy. So um, here's just someone did a Man Wolf vintage style 3.75-inch action figure, 5 POA, 287. And I'll show you just how much it costs. Filament 3D printing is really inexpensive. So here's one of my favorite 3D printing designers. He's also got a YouTube channel if you want to check him out. And if you're a fan of Star Wars or 5 POA figures, he does a lot. And that's Mr.
Mm.
Funky McClunky. Um, he's got some really nice, and he does some scanning as well. So parts for old vintage Kenner stuff, also Kenner play sets. Um, you get actual scans of them. As a matter of fact, he had a model for the Remco Monsters little playset, and I purchased that. I haven't printed it yet, but I owe Gojitron one of those when I finally get around to printing it. Yeah, he did the vintage Kenner Star Wars Death Star playset parts. Those are nice.
Oh.
So if you got one of those and it's just a shell, right? Any of those parts you need?
But they're repro parts.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah.
Lord.
But yeah, some deep dives too. You've got figures from the Star Wars Holiday Special, the Droids
Well,
cartoon figures, um, Ewoks cartoon figures. You've got vintage Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, Captain EO, Marvel, Dragon Riders of the Sticks, Beetlejuice. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, the stuff he does is just crazy. The vintage Palatoy figures. That's where I got my Kraken from. So that was an actual scan of the Kraken figure from Palatoy. So that's real nice, and I did that in that's in resin. But I did print
Looks
a
like
bunch
he's
of his
got the
figures, and
looks like he's got the Skeletron
yeah,
from
yeah.
Palatoy there.
Oh, I ordered them all. Yeah, I got them all.
Mm.
Yeah. Ian, I have made about 50 different droid STLs if you want any. Well, thanks, Lord of Thane. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just, maybe, just maybe I said I like droids too, like maybe, but
These are the droids we're looking for.
maybe send it to Ian instead, I don't know. Anyway, all right, we'll move on there. We got some Dukes of Hazzard guys. We got some Indiana Jones stuff, real fun stuff, man. Yeah, just, I mean, the creativity, the waiting for the toy companies to make the figures you want, is like just it's not going to happen. That's why people just step in and do it.
Mm.
So yeah, here we go. You got
It
Daisy
looks like
Duke.
a couple of these come with alternate arms and legs.
Yeah.
Am
They
I
do
seeing that
some
right?
that's some Secret Wars stuff. Yeah, you remember the Secret Wars figures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Dragon Riders of the Sticks, which were apparently like a 3.75-inch action figure line that I never knew about. So, but they look cool.
I
There's some cool guys there.
vaguely remember them, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can pretty much tell if I had wanted these as a kid that it had been a hard no from the folks.
Yeah.
So,
But Ian, yeah, I mean, droids are easy to print up. So, you even just want a bunch of droid parts, like maybe we could put them together and send them over to you.
ooh, adventure people.
The Fisher Price Adventure people. Now some of these were just kind of like these two guys are the same, right? Pretty much. I mean, the head's a little different, I guess, right? One's got a beard,
Oh
one
yeah,
doesn't.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of parts reused
Yeah, a lot of parts
in
for
the
you.
adventure
So
people line,
yeah, you get a
but
couple of
that's
these.
okay. Yeah. So let me
Uh
quick
yeah,
question
go
while
ahead.
we were on the adventure people there. Do they make filaments in clear plastics?
They do make clear plastic filaments. They make glow in the dark filaments. Just for an example, here
Oh,
is a
let me bring it here.
um this was a clear filament that I did a Slimer in. But then I
Neat.
paint it like with a I like watered down green paint and I painted it over
Mm-hmm.
him to give him that
Like a little
translucent
wash.
kind of look, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I didn't do too great on the eyes or the teeth or the tongue, but he's Slimer, right?
Neat.
And then I did this one.
Oh, whoops.
Wait, wait, wait. I did two of them. So I was trying to get the size down, but this is just a glow in the dark filament.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and I did the same Slimer model. I was trying to get the size right for my O-ring, my
Ghostbusters, yeah.
my O-rings Ghostbusters, and I thought this one came out well, right? More
Yeah.
there. Anyway, and the first one was just like an experiment, but yeah, there are clear or translucent filaments. There are sparkly ones. There's all kinds of
Oh, okay.
but resins. Now there are some really good translucent resins. I think you get a much better look on those if you were
Mm-hmm.
to do it. Because with the translucents, those layer lines show a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of, yeah,
Nice.
it comes out like opaque. Like, yeah, there's like a little because it's not the resins though come out wonderful. There's some real I've seen some really nice results. What were these? Some more Ewok. What are these? The Ewoks movie one. The
Oh, I never saw the Ewoks movie.
yeah, I think
It's like
that's
the
what.
one
Yeah,
Star
no, I
Wars
think
thing.
that's.
I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, I even like. I think I stayed up late or something, or like specially like requested the TV for watching it, and then I was
Mm.
kind of disappointed. I remember Battle for Endor. Yeah, I think that was the one. Yeah, I really wasn't that thrilled. And then I think some of these are from Andor season 2, right? The
Okay.
ones up top there.
Maybe.
Um, yeah, but we also have
This is vaguely Micronautish.
yeah, little Micronauts. Yeah, you get some
Yeah.
Micronauts. This was
Neat.
Matthew Ignash. I think we also know him as Retro Robot Radio, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Does some Micronauts figures you could get on Colts 3D.
Oh,
Very
neat.
cool. So if you're looking for some of those harder to find, or um,
There's some new interpretations. 'Cause
they
like
are a
these,
fun watch today. I'd have to check them out.
Mhm.
I haven't seen
like
that, but
this
yeah.
Royer doesn't have the wheels on the feet. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, and then you got
Got some more
Bug.
boots.
Yeah,
Yeah. Couple different microtrons going on here.
yeah. I have not seen them since I was. I think the first time they aired. I never watched them again. I'm sure they're fun. Here's a guy I love. His name's Apples and Rice over on Colts 3D, and he does a lot of O-ring figures, but he does his own sculpts. They're very cool. So, I gotta appreciate someone who kind of just does their own thing, even though some of these are popular characters you may have heard of. Um, They're
Yeah,
fun.
there's some from that.
Well, if you look
That's
at that Firefly,
uptown.
it's not a Hasbro Firefly. It's like his version of Firefly, right? So very cool. And then you got a
Yeah.
Greedo Hammerhead, right?
Mhm.
Walrus Man, old what's his name? Ponda Baba. You got him.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah. You've
I just
got
always call him Walrus Man, but
yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Destro. I mean, this guy's just fun. He does a lot of really great
nice.
stuff on there. The Hulk, there's Darth Vader. You've got Eddie from Iron Maiden in many different iterations. I love that Somewhere in Time version. I think I had that poster.
Hmm.
I have a lot of these. He's the guy that also did 3D printed O-ring action figures of the turtles way before. I have the files. I bought them like a year ago
Oh,
and
okay.
I never printed them. They're so fun. These are great.
Mm.
But yeah,
Although again, this gets back to the whole got to paint them
you
afterwards.
do have to paint these. Yeah, but I mean, come on. You got an O-ring Homer Simpson. You're doing great.
Yeah,
I want
no, these cool
the
designs.
X-wing pilot Luke. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I want that.
look at that.
Oh, there's the
Is that
turtles
the-
right there. You can see them right there. The four in the
Oh,
corner.
yeah.
Anyway, fun guy. Lots of fun stuff. And then this guy, D. Pruitt, he just made his own retro styled kind of 3.75 inch 118 scale action figures. This one's called
Neat.
Aqua Hydro HDF Trooper. I don't know. Just get something different every once in a while, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
nice to see something like yeah, those Eddie figures. I have one of them. I think I have the Somewhere in Time model and I need to print them. I have to get printing these things. I think I was waiting for the rivets. I was looking for a place to order the rivets before I started printing them all. And then obviously, life happens and you forget about it for 6 months.
Yeah.
These are Rotro action figures. Here's a cool looking guy. I don't know what the hell his story is, but I like him. I just like him because he's different. I want to print
Yeah.
one.
It doesn't need a story. Just
Yeah,
make up your own.
I love this figure. This is cool. I mean,
Ooh.
obviously, getting that color right is kind of
Yeah.
challenge. But here's
Yeah.
one I
Imagine.
saw. Here's just a model that I don't know what the hell it is, but I want it. I just want to make
It looks
this.
very like Mad Max-ish.
Yeah, look at this kit. It's open priced.
Oh,
So that's the thing too. You'll see like open price where you just pay what you want. Uh, it's kind of fun. And this
oh,
whole kit
oh,
you can print up. And you know who I think would like this? Gaz. Gaz wants he wants like a death beetle.
Megaforce.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Like, he
yeah.
just said he wants one. So I've been looking for. I look it up every once in a while just to see if
Well, okay. Well, so we're going to have to start over because we'll make a cardboard so
hit the
you can see what he
rewind.
missed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the replay squad's for. How you doing, John? John's got a new video out too. Very cool. He made a cardboard stand for card. Very cool. Here's a nice one that I want to try.
Oh,
I don't know. It's free, so I don't know how well it works, but it's a Ecto One with a Back to the Future 2 conversion kit
nice.
put on it.
Don't
That's
need
a
roads
nice.
anymore.
That's a crossover. I didn't know we needed, but it works for me.
Well, and you've got those Ghostbusters figures already. So,
Yeah, I say let's go. Then we've got people that run their own pages too. Um, most of these are like so I know there's a lot of people like too like on Instagram there's other people that like they do like monthly subscription services where like if you join their Patreon you get access to all their files and
hmm,
things like that. So this is mostly just stuff that if you have a 3D printer, you're just getting into 3D printing and you wanted to check them out. That's why I just went on Colts and I just did free. You could get yourself plenty of printing experience by just picking up an entry level printer, and just printing free stuff for a couple of weeks. You could keep yourself very busy. But then other people have made quite a mark for themselves by creating some really
That Lara Croft.
wonderful iconic characters. And that's Lone Wolf Toys. You just see some really great. I'm an O-ring fan, so
Mhm.
obviously I'm showing you these. I mean, this A-Team set is brilliant. Looks
Yeah.
great. There's Cobra. There's Michael
Mhm.
Knight. There's Yippee Ki and then you got great guys like Level 7 Toys doing really
Mhm.
cool Batman figures. And so if you don't 3D print, you could just buy a pre-printed figure. That thing looks great, for a 3D printed figure. Wow.
Mhm.
Um, and then here is just real quick. That is the Rise of Nexus Sleepwalker figure, right? I just printed the head, and I printed this on like just draft settings on my FDM printer, and it came out pretty good, I'd say.
Mhm.
And I just stuck the head on, and this is like it's got dreads and stuff. I don't really try to print like 1/18 scale action figures on my printer all the time. Droids and such. But I think it
Mhm.
came out all right. So yeah. Anyway, for my fun project for the weekend was I just downloaded a couple of files from those ones that we just saw and I printed them up. So I had a little bit of fun since Friday night. I've been printing, and I've got this guy, my little fun droid. Um, oh, and we're gonna jump over here because here we go. I also printed this up.
What's that?
That is a Cobra GI Joe Cobra um surveillance
Relic?
post
Yeah.
playset. It's a little mini playset. Here it is. So you can see it.
Whoop.
Um,
Second here. We'll bring it up.
yeah, so you can see it.
Neat.
But this was a little
Yeah.
free file. This is a surveillance port. Yeah, and
Nice.
yeah, and in that picture there, that is yes, that is a Level 7 Toys O-ring blank with a Cobb Vance Boba Fett helmet head and a Fortnite jacket. And that's basically Boba Fett's like cool cousin, like uh he's kind of like the Fonz. He likes
Mhm.
droids. He's not like Mando, who doesn't like droids. He's like, I got along with everyone. Hey.
Mhm.
Uh yeah, he's a good guy. Anyway, and I also printed up a bivouac playset. That's a nice little GI Joe playset. Came with a little blaster, a bench, um, and little. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was fun. These are fun little projects that you could do in just Arthur Fett. Yeah, yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. Hey, you got a bounty on your head. Hey, um, yeah, good times. Now these aren't painted or anything, but like I said, this was just free. So why not? And I think I did a thing where I looked at it cost me like $2 in filament or something to make this.
It's not bad.
Yeah, there's like a little calculator you could use on your 3D printer. But like I said, they're not perfect, but I could tweak them and make them much better. But um here's one just jumping over to that K-Mech Toys over on Instagram. I just dropped them in. They make vehicles and play sets and figures and everything, but theirs is a subscription service, I believe. I don't believe you could just buy the models outright. I believe you go to K-Mech
Okay.
Toys, you join their Patreon, and then each month they put out like a new package of files. This was Morphonauts, who ran a successful like Kickstarter recently, I think. But
Yeah, yeah, he did those like creature
the Battle
warrior.
Beast kind of guys, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but anyway, yeah, this was a really cool Trench Warrior Ranger figure. That's really cool. And a lot of his figures are scalable, so you could do a 118 or 112 scale version of them.
Oh,
But that's
now
Morphin
that's
mounts.
handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, no, I'm not printing you one. Go buy your own 3D printer and print it yourself. Now, hit me up after the thing. I'll take care of you. Is that you want a surveillance post surveillance port in Eco Warriors colors? Yeah. Oh, so you have some of these. The Morphonaut figures. Very nice. Did you print those yourself? Or did you buy them like printed already? Because I'm not really sure how that works, but anyway, there's a guy on Instagram, Mike Makes People.
Oh yeah, I follow him. He
And he
does some like
does
really cool.
some really cool. He's got the Al Bundy figure. He's got Spaceballs figures, the Viper, and he printed them. Oh, very cool. Okay,
Uh,
well, that's a fun. All right. And then here's just an example of a playset that was free. And this was for the Delta 17 thing. But this was a 28 millimeter scale desert building that I got for free from I think this guy. Here he is right here. He is on both Colts 3D and he's on Colts 3D and he is on Terrain for Print. Just some fantastic stuff. And you can see how small the buildings are. And this is a modular style that, you can stack a dome on top or another building on top and make a lot of great stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's 28 millimeter scale. I kind of just did some work and just figured out what looked good for 118 scale. But like, here's just a cool Star Wars building. It was free. I printed it without the door and just made a fun little hut out of it. If you don't do anything like if you don't want to 3D print them, you go this route. Now, this is a 3D printed product, but it's sold at retail. And this is where's that? I got a link for them. Reconnect. And this is great. These are printed from a 3D print manufacturer, like a professional 3D print form. But there's other options, and that's what I wanted to bring up was that even if you're not a 3D printer, but you want something 3D printed, now you could be like Crash and ask me to print it, but the truth is I'll probably take 2 years to fulfill that request. Just because I don't even have time to print my own stuff. But no,
you'll bring it to him at like Joe Fest 2030.
Yeah. No, I'll get it to him if it is. But it's easy and fun for yourself. It's not as easy and fun for like people you ask, but you could also go. There's like PCBWay. You could upload an STL and they'll print it for you. I don't know how much it costs, but I will tell you, like when you print stuff here, sometimes you do have failures. Sometimes something doesn't stick to the plate. I think on the bivouac, that L-shaped part, I kind of had to move it around, and I had to try a couple different ways to do it because one time I came back, I looked at my printer and there was just a bunch of stuff all over the place because it ripped off the plate, and but yeah, you could do Syndicate Custom Creations is one of the best at a great price. Okay. Syndicate Customs Creations, painted or unpainted figure kits. Universal Toy Collector. Hey, how you doing?
Stu?
How are you? So yeah, just lots of fun, man. I think if you haven't checked it out or you haven't tried it, right now it's easier than it ever has been. I think like the Bamboo Lab stuff. If you just buy one of those, even their starter printer, the A1 Mini is like, I think it's like $2.99 or something. It's really affordable. There's even more affordable options out there. But I do want to say thank you to all the channel members, because without them, well, things would just be, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking VCRs, as you were saying,
Yeah,
like as
they're
VCRs
getting
became more
close.
common, the
You know what I
price
mean?
kept
Like I
dropping.
said,
Yeah.
they're really not like that complicated anymore, and if you're just printing in like basic PLA, it's very simple. A lot of the stuff's been dialed in for it. When I look back to
Mm.
like my first 3D printer and how much yeah, they'll be like replicators in Star Trek
Yeah.
eventually. um
I think it was on that new version of Lost in Space that Netflix did. They had 3D printers to like print up tools or whatever that
and
they
like
need.
replacement parts for their, like, I
Yeah.
love those videos where like a guy like 3D prints parts to build a new 3D printer. Like obviously like the motherboard and like the motors and stuff like that you can't 3D print, but
Right.
uh
But
yeah, I'll stick with a kettle for my Earl Grey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh yeah, I some of these are, I think a lot. Yeah, I'm Kickstarters. I just wait until like a company basically like put something out there. Like I said,
yeah.
I'm real happy with
I
my 3D printer. I like it, but it may not be for you. So mine is just perfect for what I do. I wasn't interested in multicolor printing or any of that stuff. I just wanted something that was kind of um, you know self-leveling, self kind of working, and it
Mhm.
doesn't require a lot of tweaking, and can print in a variety of materials. My interests mainly lie in play sets and vehicles. um, but one thing I would say is, like, now I want like a really big, like the next 3D printer I want to buy is either something huge or like I want like a big build volume so I could print like a full size helmet in one go, and like take it off the
Mm.
printer and like put it on my head, or like a really good like resin printer that's like pretty big, and I could do action figures. I'm kind of in. I keep going back and forth between like what I want to do.
Now, for like those earlier you were showing some like dial pieces like or like consoles or barrels or crates or just little things like
Yeah.
that. Would that be more of a filament or more of a like
Well, resin will
resin?
just give you a higher resolution. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And also, I will say like resin is more expensive, but there's also a variety of formulas that do different things. There's flexible ones, translucent ones, and things like that. But yeah, if you just want some printed barrels or something, or some like terrain, scatter terrain, or things like that, yeah, just
Hmm.
a regular FDM printer would work just fine. Now, like, I'm gonna do some experimenting. I just bought another nozzle for mine, which is smaller. It's a 0.025, and like a 0.04 is what people usually use, and you could get pretty good results. So I'm going to try and print some action figures in FDM. Um, I might use like a different material. Yeah, but that's crazy. But yeah, there are. Where is it? There are some. Yes, there are some things going around where there's like, yeah, you know how like inkjet printers, like like you put the ink cartridge in, and it's like this isn't genuine, so we're not going to print right. Like things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, 3D printing's not there now, but I've seen things like that. Now there was like a bunch of hoopla about printing blasters, pew pews, on
Hmm.
3D printers, because there are people that could do stuff like that. Um, where they were trying to pass some laws where like there would have to be software built in which would detect if you're trying to print something like that. Oof, just horrible. Because obviously, like, you know, like someone could go buy machines and like mill their own weapons. If someone wants to do that.
Well, there's those like I think I saw a story about those what they call ghost guns.
Yeah,
They're
ghost
like
guns or
partially
whatever.
3D printed.
Most people are printing nerd stuff, not ghost guns. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
you're gonna ruin a hobby for millions of people over like 2 people printed up ghost guns or something. You know, like something like that. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but and get one now before, the manufacturers they put a copyright check in. So all those nice 3D files that you saw, like IP related things that companies haven't put out that you just want to make because you're a fun hobbyist. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's nice having these public repositories with like free files and stuff like that. Obviously, it would kind of just go underground, kind of like pirating software or movies or whatever. Like you wouldn't print a car. Yeah, no, I want to print a car. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
want to do. You
I'd
wouldn't
like to
print an
see
action
the
figure.
like the wave of nerds starting to invade the
Yeah,
dark web to get like
yeah,
toy files. You know,
to get toy files. Yeah, it's because now, you could print anything right now, but
yeah.
it's gonna get pretty bad. Like I said, I think 3D printing is absolutely wonderful. I think it's fun. I think it's obviously not for everyone, but there are options out there. So,
Mm.
but if you're a toy collector, I think it really complements the hobby.
Well, especially like it seems like it'd be great for like world builders
Oh
because it's
yeah,
like
sure.
I don't have to go
And
out and like buy miniature barrels. I can
yeah,
just
I think
print
there's
100 of them, and you
there's a
know.
satisfaction of building something with your own hands, crafting it yourself, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
and putting those intricate details in there, but I could easily see, you know, taking a sheet material of your choice and then printing doors and windows and
Yeah,
embellishments
'cause
for it, like little
some of us
greeblies.
aren't quite as crafty as others. Like
Yeah,
doing all that by hand stuff. It's like and like
sure.
cutting the
Well, you
wood
also
and
need space, like
mm,
uh the few projects I've tried to do, I basically took over the dining room table. And what ruined those projects for me is like having to pack up, like or
mhm.
you come out and your project's on the table and then someone's eating cereal next to it and you're like, oh no, the glue was drying or something. So you
Yeah.
need like a good,
Well, and then
cardstock
before
and
the show,
cardboard.
yeah, yeah. Well, like before the show, you were saying like the resin stuff has to cure
Yeah,
and
so
while
resin, like for
it's
example,
toxic.
like the
Yeah.
spaceship, like I took it off the print bed. And I've got to remove these things, and I didn't want to bore you guys on camera, and do it. But it doesn't take that long. But I got to remove the supports. But it's good to go. I mean, I could paint it if I wanted to, but you
Mm.
don't have to. Um, but a resin, if this was resin, now it would probably have a lot more detail and a lot of things. But when I take it off the printer, I now have to wash it in alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Then I have to cure it in a UV light chamber or leave it out in the sun, right? And all the time until it's fully cured, it's toxic. So
Yeah. It's like,
until it's fully cured, it's toxic. So it's also like, you know, they're two
yeah.
different things. I mean, I love some of the stuff I saw. I saw at one of the 3D printing conferences, they had it prints in silicone, but in a gel that doesn't stick to it. It's like a needle, like moving around in there, and you could print like in this, and then you just pull it out and you just wash the gel off, and you have like a rubber bag. It's so cool. There are some cool things.
Neat.
There's
Yeah.
printers that print in metal. They use a laser instead of the nozzle, and it's like a bed of like metal dust, basically, like, and it basically like fuses the metal shards together with a laser and then like swipes it and like does layer by layer and you could print like metal parts like that way. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff.
So for like first time starters, like somebody just getting into the
Yeah,
hobby, it sounds like you'd recommend the filament printers,
I think
right?
so.
Or
Yeah,
to
and
start
like
out
Bamboo
with.
Labs is like the star right now. They have like the easiest plug and play printers. and you could just do amazing stuff with them, like right out of the box. Like you don't even have to you just plug it in and go. But if you ask me, I think they're going to be the first company that goes like full corporate and won't let you print unless you use their like filament or something. Because filaments are really cheap right now too. There's a ton of companies making it, so you can get on Amazon for as little as $10 for a roll. You could pay up to $30, but I feel like they're probably going to be the first ones that have like a laser scanner or something, and you have to like actually match like, hey, you're printing with a material that we can't, like, it's like the ink thing where ink is ink, and they're like, nope, this isn't genuine ink, so we can't print your document, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff, man. I've seen the houses printed out of wet concrete. There's someone up here that does that. Joe Hunter, what's happening?
Hey,
speaking
what's up, Wes?
I think we had a little
we do have a little promo there.
Yeah. The O-Ring Operatives,
night.
Elite Elite Tactical Toy Talk. Elite Tactical Toy Talk. Elite Tactical Toy Talk. Yes. Check them out Wednesdays.
I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. Yeah, there's also wood filaments. Yeah, there's wood filaments. There's filaments with like rock-like properties. There are just a million of them. If you just go on YouTube, man, there are so many channels like that'll explain it to you. Like, and then whatever printer you decide to buy, there's probably 100 YouTube channels that'll even show you how to set it up. Great first timer like mistakes and setups and things like that. Like, they're great. The 3D printing community is awesome. Years ago, it was a little more, kind of like gatekeeper kind of stuff, but yeah, there's so many great things.
Any new technology, it's the more common it gets, the bigger the community, the easier to find like nice people.
Yeah. I think what I would love is I would love it if like a 3D printing company. I hate those 3D channels though. There's some where they're like, I printed a life-size Iron Man, It's like,
oh yeah,
but it's like sponsored by the guys who make the filament, and I'm like, oh, don't sponsor me. I'll print up a life-size, whatever you want, give me filament. I'll take it. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, I think since we didn't get to talk about it last week, it was a fun little thing. Cool. And we just scratched the surface. I've got about 300 more tabs open here where we could have talked about.
I bet.
And
thank you, stuff. Ian, for the shout out.
That's right. Yes. Go over to Outer Multiverse, and Bob and Brian will be talking about.
We are talking about an incredible, huge, and when I say huge, I mean huge, Lego Cyberpunk city build that somebody did, and
cool!
Is this you're gonna have your mind blown,
like an Empire Toy Works of Lego builds, something like that,
But this is like, it's like huge, and it's cyberpunk themed, and it's it's like you like to talk about the year of the playset. It's almost like a huge, massive playset. It's just,
that's great. Yeah,
wild.
I'm trying to think, was there something I forgot? No, I guess I got everything. I'm gonna play with my spaceship. And
zoomies across the
keep printing and just have a lot of fun with it, guys.
It looks really cool. The more you keep talking about, the more I'm tempted to like, and especially what you were showing earlier, some of those retro sci-fi console pieces. I'm like, that would be like perfect from like my Micronauts displays. That whole same sort of retro future kind of thing going on.
And I'm just surprised that like how many times. Oh, Ducati, nice. Thank you so much, sir. How many people maybe I'll show something or a picture of something and they're just like, wow, where'd that come? And I'm like, it's absolutely free. It's right there on the website. It's like, there's really not much, to do. I've spent a lot of money on files, that
Yeah, Scott's got the idea here.
Oh yeah,
Create a
yeah, yeah.
bridge. Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Well, and also like pieces like that are probably easier for my like painting skill level to paint. It's like,
yeah.
you don't have to worry about like paint rub and all that.
It looks good. Paint sticks to it real well. Super glue also works fantastic with it, because it's kind of like porous and like it really works well. Like I never have trouble like gluing parts together, like
excellent.
They just grab really well. Like you print like this part and then this top piece you glue on and these just peg in.
Glue it up here.
But these are glue on pieces here. I had to put a little crazy glue on them. These all peg in the guns and this one's not really in there, but the guns and the radar dish and stuff like that. But yeah, fun little playset.
Nice.
And this is an variation of the original. So the original is like asymmetrical. It only has like this part on one side. And it has like a little step up over here. And he mirrored it and made it like a double.
Yeah.
So I like that. And you could print either one. And like I said, the guy just did it for free. So I'm not complaining.
Thank you. Beat that
Thank
price.
you. Yeah. Just thanks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oops. Here we go. Yeah. Looks like there's a bunch of bridges out there to.
Oh my God. You could just, like I said, you could just get lost in these files forever. And I'm just looking at like specifically 3.75 inch, like 1/18 scale stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you take that off, you can just find stuff like it's like ridiculous, like, and right now, like there's so many things being made for 112 scale.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's happening, brother? So, anyway, that's all I got. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
reconnect. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm good. I guess we're good to go.
All right.
I got a bunch of supports to remove and some stuff to do, but we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna have a really fun guest next week. And I hope he comes on, Darren. Hopefully he can still come on, but we're gonna learn a lot about vintage knockoff action figures. So some really great stuff next week. So if you like those quirky vintage guys, right? Those little guys, these guys here.
Oh yeah,
you are gonna love next week. We're gonna have a really.
I did pick up some of those.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. And thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Have a great day, everyone.